Hello, you got Russellofhotels here. Today, doing a video at the Airtel Plaza Hotel, which is located in Van Nuys, which is in the valley section of Los Angeles County. So that would be north of Los Angeles, north of, say, the airport, right off the 405 freeway. Here doing a meeting. Thought it'd be a good opportunity just for me to do a little live video taping since I don't do that, and I should do more of that. In fact, I think I will do more of that. In and out of hotels all the time. I do little videos, I do post them, but I never do live where I'm actually talking from that particular location. As you can see, I'm sitting outside. I'm on the patio section of their restaurant. Pool area right there. Van Nuys, or this particular property, Airtel Plaza, sits on the back parking lot, sits on the runway of the Van Nuys Executive Airport. So you'll hear from time to time planes taking off or landing. So it's an interesting setup. I mean, it's literally, you see the planes taking off and landing right in back of me. So it's pretty interesting. A hotel was built in 1984 by actually an airline enthusiast or airplane enthusiast. He actually had a plane here, and I think that's the reason why he said, I'm gonna put an airport hotel here, so the pilots, his fellow pilots would have somewhere to stay when they came to LA. So kind of makes sense. And then plus it was built in '84, and that's when the Los Angeles Olympics were here. So I think he built it specifically for the Olympics, but it's the location is near the airport, which is where he was flying his plane out of for years, from what I understand. At least that's the urban story that I've been told. But anyway, people always ask me, what do you do? I mean, they see me post things. I'm a foodie, so I post things as far as food, but mainly it's about hotels. Now, I have 25 plus years of hotel experience. Started off as a housekeeping manager back in the day, years ago. Worked my way up to an AGM or assistant general manager position, then to a director of sales and marketing. My goal was always to be in sales, but I needed to know the entire hotel before I could sell it. So after maybe 6 years of being in operations, excuse me, I went into the sales arena, and I think twice I went back out of it, meaning I was a director of operations for a hotel, and then the last time I left the sales arena, I was a general manager. So general manager is the guy that's in charge of the hotel. So it goes sales, it goes to general manager, and then director of sales will be somewhere around there, I guess. Success or failure of a hotel is based on, the sales efforts of the sales department, and the director of sales and marketing is in charge of that, as well as marketing, your social media, which is now into play now. Before social media, when I first started hotels years ago, there's nothing in social media. We barely had the internet back then, if you can even believe that. They had internal or intranet. I remember when I worked with Marriott, they had an intranet system where you can send basically email within the company, but you couldn't send it outside of the company. So, but of course, things have changed since then, right? Having the sales background, I call myself a hospitality entrepreneur. What does that mean? It encompasses several things that I do. I do, lack of a better term, I call it hotel site selection. Some people will call it meeting planning, where a company comes to a person, let's say myself, and say, hey, I need help with finding a hotel for my convention, my conference, things like that. Well, I basically do the legwork for them, meaning I help them find the site, the location. They give me all the specifics of the meeting or their program, and I'll find the right specific hotel for them. And I'll give them a choice. And it's up to them to choose a hotel. I don't choose a hotel, but I'll at least give them some options. And it doesn't cost them anything. You just see a plane going by, it doesn't cost them anything to do it. It's free for my clients, but it just eliminates them from having to do the legwork. And I'm not the only one that does this. People say, "Oh, you're the only one. I never heard of this before." No, there's quite a few people that do it. There's probably a couple major companies that do it as well. I do it for myself. I'm independent, so I can do more than one thing, if you will. So the hotel site selection is one thing. I do digital marketing via social media. So a lot of hotels. So a lot of hotels don't have, or they don't do social media. So, or they don't have the advertising dollars to do it on a major scale. So I assist those hotels. Specifically like smaller boutique hotels, independent hotels. Some of the chain hotels, they may have bigger budgets. They may have their own department that do that will do that type of thing. But I'll do social media. You can see I post videos probably daily, several times a day, on at least 3 platforms. And the platforms I use: Twitter, I do Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So that's actually 4, excuse me. Actually 4. And I get more play on LinkedIn than I get on the other ones for whatever reason. Well, I'm sure it has to do with the algorithms of Twitter and Facebook and LinkedIn. Instagram. So, but yeah, so that's another thing that I do, and I do some other type of digital marketing things. Some things that Wi-Fi marketing and geofencing. So I assist. Hold on one second. I assist hotels with the targeting. One thing we don't do a good job in, and I'm speaking of hotel people, of targeting specific people or specific personas. And that's basically, the personas are based on the phone that they have. A lot of people are not familiar with that technology. It's something that's only been around for a couple years. So I'm tapping into that as well as offering a service to assist hotels with their sales efforts. It's better to know who your client is than not know who they are. Then that way, if you know who they are, you can personalize things for them. And that's one thing that we tend to forget or don't have the knowledge or the wherewithal to even do it, is personalize things for our guests or our clients. Because the information is there, it's just that we don't either tap into that information, we're afraid we're going to get too much information, or what do you do with the information that you have, right? So it's that big data that everyone talks about. What do you do with this big data once you get it? It's hard to harness, but there's information that you can use. So those are things I do. So that's why I call myself a hospitality entrepreneur. So there you go. And I'm here at this hotel. Like I said, I'm doing a meeting with food and beverage person, and I do that every now and then with different hotels where maybe their social media is not where it should be. They don't have the following that, say, I do, or someone that's an influencer. So I'll go ahead and do some things for them, just so they get, an increase. They'll get a bump on, or a spike on followers and things like that. It may even increase their business during a period of time. At least that's always the goal. The goal is always to increase business for them. But as anyone know, or they should know, social media is all about repetition. It's not one time fits all. You're gonna do one posting and you think you're gonna automatically get all kind of business. That's not reality. That's not gonna happen. So it's over time. You have to continue to do that to build your brand, build your the awareness, because people may not even know about your property. So it's just like, say you drive by this billboard on the freeway or highway every single day. You always wonder, do people actually, take advantage of whatever the advertising on there. Say it's a movie or whatever. It takes an average of 8 times for someone to see it before they actually act on it. So just think about that on the social media thing. It takes them at least 8 times before someone sees it and acts on it. So it's kind of the same thing, but it's more digital and it's getting to more people. So that's the advantage of digital. Can be instantly. You can meet a wider range of people and thereby act quickly, but or faster than they would with regular print advertising. But you have to get it to the people, and they still have to look at it several times before they will even act on it. So that's my take on the whole thing. Does that make sense? I don't know, but that's what I'm sticking with. And it kind of works, and it makes some sense. So it's a beautiful day here in LA. It's about 69, 70 degrees right now. I'm in the shade, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, so this hotel has, I'm gonna say roughly about 275 rooms, about 20,000 square feet of meeting space. So they can do some good sized meetings here. They do a lot of weddings, a lot of receptions, things like that. It's kind of away from anything, so there's not a lot of, as far as their competition, there's not a lot of competition as far as hotels in the area. But it is a unique venue, that's it, because it's next to the Van Nuys Airport. But anyway, so that was it. So I just wanted to go live for a couple of minutes and say hello and get used to seeing me, because I'm gonna start doing this more often. As I said, I'm in a hotel probably not every day. I would say 3 to 4 times a week, and I haven't been doing these videos at all. So I think I should. But anyway, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I'm Russell of Hotels. Russell Edmond is my name, but Russell of Hotels. I can be reached. My website is russellofhotels.com. All the social media platforms, Facebook, IG, Twitter, at Russell of Hotels. LinkedIn at Russell L. Edmond. But everything, for the most part, Russell of Hotels, you'll be able to find me. So feel free to follow me and comment. I mean, give me some engagement. That's, we do well when we get engagement, meaning someone, and I'm open to criticism, constructive criticism. So, I mean, please take a look, take a listen, tell me what you think, and we can go from there. So anyway, you guys take care. Have a wonderful Tuesday afternoon, and we'll talk to you soon.